It is post-game time here at the Hat Park Arena. Kings home opener. Not the way you would have imagined it. The Kings coming up short 5-4 to the Grizzlies with Associate Coach Dwight Lee. But Dwight, before we get into a little bit of everything here, I know this is the night you've been looking forward to. First chance here at home. An absolutely packed house here at the Hap. I know they were loud and they were excited all night long. How was it for you on the bench to experience your first Kings home game?
That part of it was awesome. It was great to see the whole community out supporting the team, and our office staff did a heck of a job promoting the event, and it's great having Glenn Anderson on hand too, and his presence for the night. So, unfortunate we couldn't get it done.
Well, let's talk about this game. You come up short 5-4. You have a 4-1 lead in this game, but the first period, you came out the way I think many people would expect. Home opener, you're fired up, you're excited. You guys came out as hot as can be, and that opening goal from Will Jones midway through just lit this place up, and it seemed like there was no coming back down from that.
Yeah, we had a great first period. Obviously getting the 3 goals coming out of the first 20, and but not just that. Like I liked our game. I liked how we were back pressuring. Forcing a lot of turnovers from them, and managing the puck really well. So, I mean, I thought our process was pretty clean, and was leading to a lot of offense, and we were able to execute.
We'll go to that second goal there, too, from nowhere. You tied 1-1. Again, you guys bounce back. Some good passing. You see Christian Morrow getting involved, and goes. It shows, how now that he's kind of had some time to be with this team, the impact he can make. But Ayer finished it off. And speaking of Noah Ayer, I think he had a tremendous game for himself out there tonight.
Yeah, he was flying out there. He was coming back, grabbing pucks, finding a way to get them out, especially early in the game. He was, really helped us, get the puck up the ice. And with Morrow there, he's a guy that, he had a long travel day on his debut against Merritt. So, throughout the week, I've really seen him show what he's about, and he was a horse for us. He was back checking really hard, and then on that play, it was a nice that line was clicking all week, and they were zipping it across, got the goalie moving. It was a real nice play. And
what about that third goal too? Scramble in front, shot blocked. Anthony Yu puts it home, and 3-point night for Anthony Yu tonight as well. Lots of good individual performances around, but I know for him, he's a goal scorer, and it's so important for him to get off to get that first goal out of the way, because he'll just take off right after that.
Totally, yeah. They're not all pretty. He had to dig that one loose, but he's got some really good hands around the net, and he was able to pry it loose out of the scrum and tuck it away.
Well, then second period, Grizzlies kind of start to wake up there in the second. They have an early onslaught. You kill off a penalty. Then you get that 5-on-3 power play, and Alexi Van Hookachero scores to make it 4-1. And again, they pull the goalie, and again, it seems like this team is just destined to finish off this game and win in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of momentum from that first period. We were playing well, drew another penalty. That line got going and created some scoring chances, drew another penalty. And then on that 5-on-3, did a nice job of getting control, creating some 2-on-1s down low. Cachero kind of popped off the, from the goal line, sort of swung in and found a nice shot there.
And it seemed like, that's the end of the night for Al Young Ashton. It seemed like that was kind of the turning point for Victoria, because now in comes a goalie who's making his BCHL debut, but the Grizzlies kind of wake up in front of him, and then they start to put the pressure on the Kings.
I think so, and looking back too, a big part of it was we had a stretch of 4-on-4 where we gave up a couple goals there, and they got 2 goals there on the 4-on-4, and miscommunication, misassignment. I'll give them credit. They played well in the 4-on-4. They kind of had the 4-man cycle going when they got into our zone, and created some confusion. And they were able to get a shot from the scoring area. One of them, was kind of coming down the goal, coming down off the wing, and I'm sure there's a couple there that Crew would like back for sure.
Well, third period, you still have that lead, but again, Victoria just put on the pressure, and it seemed like, the Kings couldn't adjust to kind of the new style that Victoria brought, which was, again, stronger in their own zone. They were getting in front of the net. There was no room to work with, and then they get the goal from Bosconi. Again, just a play in the corner, comes back up to the point man, and a shot through traffic picks the corner.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of those goals too, like talking on the 4-on-4, but even on that fourth goal there where they tied it up, just kind of got into puck watching a bit. So it's definitely something we got to learn from, for sure.
Well, then that fifth goal, I still trying to process it. The game winner again, a weird one, bouncing puck in the slot, batted out of the air, and just got past the pad of Crudale inside the post.
We had bodies there. We were picking up sticks, and it just kind of pinballed around a little bit and popped out to somebody kind of beside the net. They just got a touch on it, and it got by Crew there.
And now down by one. I don't think this Kings didn't have a shot once they trailed. I know there's only 5 shots in the third period, but again, regardless of whether it's tied, you're leading, or you're down, I think 5 shots is something you can't really tolerate.
Yeah, and like we did get a lot of pucks into the zone. They did a good job, creating like puck battles and pinning our guys down low. Yeah, definitely we got to find a way to get pucks to the net. I think the effort was there, just we weren't able to get it done.
Well, then what else were you able to take away from this game? Because obviously, this is not the way you want to open up your season at home, giving up that 3-goal lead. But again, we saw like the first period that's the potential Kings hockey has this season.
Yeah, and I kind of alluded to it in the preseason too. Like we've seen what we're like when we're playing our game. I feel like we got a fast team that can really push the pace on teams. We saw it in that Cranbrook game. We saw it here in the first half of the game up until that 4-on-4. Kind of took the wind out of our sails. But, we've got good depth. We got good speed. We can move pucks well. When we're kind of focused on the little things and the details, we can be a hard team to play against for sure. But I think a big thing with our team is consistency. We get into bad habits. It's early in the season, but we get into when we have lapses where we're watching the puck. So it's and then when we have those momentum swings, we have a hard time finding it back. So it's about maturity in our game, being ready to adjust and yeah, I would say just those little details.
Yeah. And as cliche as it is really a full 60-minute effort that's needed. And it sounds so simple when you say just play for the entire game, but it is a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah, and it's it's not just the young guys or the vets. It's everybody. But yeah, that's what it all comes down to. It's like when we're executing, when we're playing our game and we're dictating the game. We're fast. We're pushing the pace. We're hard to play against. We got a lot of guys that can put the puck in the net. Our D can move pucks quick. But it's about string it together for a full 60-minute effort, and we haven't been able to do that this far to this point in the regular season. But yeah, that's something that we're working on.
Well, you're only 2 games in, so still plenty of time, and hopefully you can bring that tomorrow, which goes to the next question. Now your shift's focused to, you're playing the Penticton Vs, the back-to-back Fred Page Cup champions. A much different roster this year, but again, as always, they're the favorites. Is it kind of just, quick turnaround, kind of forget and move on, or do you look at this game and try to use that as motivation for tomorrow?
Yeah, you got to reflect, but it's a balance there. You got to reflect on your performance, but it's a quick turnaround, so you got to shift your focus to your next opponent. It's a new team, it's a new chance, a new opportunity to get one in the win column against a very strong team. And like you said, it's a very strong franchise for a number of years, but this is a brand new team. They've recruited some top-end talent. We've watched video on these guys. There's a lot of skill on their team. When I talk about the puck watching and those mental lapses there in our play, that's a team that can make us pay, and so we've definitely got to be on point here.
Well, it was tough tonight, but we can't wait until tomorrow. A Truth and Reconciliation Day game here from the Hap. Special pregame ceremony taking place. It is going to be a 7 o'clock puck drop as the Kings take on the Penticton Vees for the first of 2 meetings this season. Dwight, thank you very much for your time here post-game. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me.